Please don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell to receive everything that's new. When this guy looked inside his deceased friend's garage, he unearthed a rare 1970s drag racing beast. On a classic car forum, a new poster was causing quite a stir. He claimed to have bought a Corvette convertible, but his observations about the vehicle didn't quite add up. Slowly, the bigger picture began to emerge, however, and the close-knit community realized that they might have a real treasure on their hands. On April 30th, 2016, a user known as pverg posted on Corvette Forum, an online message board dedicated to the Chevrolet Corvette. First produced in the United States in 1953, this much-loved vehicle subsequently became one of America's favorite sports cars. At Corvette Forum, more than 420,000 members regularly log on to debate and discuss everything there is to know about Corvettes. And for a website that often shares photographs and advice relating to renovations and restorations, at first pverg's post appeared to be nothing special. On the surface, pverg's comment gave little away. He said he'd recently purchased a 1971 Corvette, his first Corvette, and as a result he was likely to become a regular visitor to the forum. What's more, the vehicle had apparently been sitting in a barn since the early 1970s. Still, it wasn't long until other forum users became suspicious. Apparently the vehicle's paint code was 984, a classification that should denote a safari yellow coloring. But on the contrary, the poster claimed that his Corvette was red with no signs of yellow showing through. And that wasn't the only thing that was odd about the post. pverg also claimed that the mileage on the vehicle was exceptionally low, despite it being some 45 years old. Then he went on to state that the convertible was the result of a special deal with General Motors. He really had people's attention. Eventually, it transpired that the car was buried in a barn that belonged to a friend of the original poster. And as he began to uncover the vehicle, pverg posted more information and updates about what he found. First, he was able to upload a photograph of the odometer showing a measly 24 miles. Immediately, some forum users began to cast doubt on pverg's discovery. The whole thing sounds fishy, one posted. Others agreed. Then on May 3rd, pverg added an update in which he explained some more of the history behind the fascinating vehicle. Apparently, the Corvette wasn't a new discovery. Indeed, he had known about its existence for more than 20 years. According to pverg, the original owner was a friend of his, and most intriguingly, he claimed that this pal had once worked for General Motors, where he had developed engines for racing cars. Fascinatingly, pverg claimed that the vehicle had been a race car from the day that it was made. What's more, he added that there were lots of extra parts hidden in the cluttered barn. He also stood by his description of the paintwork, insisting that there was no trace of the original yellow and that the body was now decked out in red, white, and blue. True to his word, pverg followed his comments with two photographs, each showing the Corvette painted in a striking stars and stripes design. Furthermore, the other posters now began to take him seriously, and yet he insisted that he wasn't trying to sell the vehicle. Instead, he said he merely wanted to uncover whatever information he could about its past. Sadly, the original owner of the vehicle had passed away back in 2015. However, pverg soon found plenty of forum users willing to bring their theories and speculation to the table. And while most agreed that the car likely dated from the early 1970s, some suspected that a number of features had been added at a later stage. So slowly, a clearer picture of the Corvette's history began to emerge. Later that day, moreover, pverg posted an old photograph that showed the vehicle as it had once looked, with the name General emblazoned on its side. It was pictured in the middle of an impressive wheelie. Once again, the detectives at Corvette Forum got to work, and one user known as Revy even managed to track down a photograph of the vehicle at a racetrack in 1974 with a driver named Doyle Patton behind the wheel. Then pverg shared another revelation. The vehicle had once come complete with a matching tow car. As one of pverg's photographs revealed, the tow car was a 71 LT1 painted in a complementary shade of red. Sadly though, this car was also for sale, and yet pverg couldn't afford to purchase it as well. Moreover, although some suggested launching a crowdfunding campaign to keep the vehicles together, nothing appeared to come of these noble schemes. Instead, posters at Corvette Forum continued to speculate about the car and its intriguing origins. Indeed, their interest reached the point where pverg himself began to feel a tad overwhelmed. Slowly, however, he started adding more photographs of the now famous vehicle. The story began to spread too, and websites such as Barn Finds and The Drive started to cover P-Verg's amazing discovery. Frustratingly though, everyone seemed to have different advice on how P-Verg should care for the car. While some advocated cleaning it up and taking it for a spin, others thought it should be treated as a museum piece. In fact, a few believed that it shouldn't even be dusted before an expert was consulted. Still, despite the conflicting information, P-Verg pressed ahead with his mission, and eventually he managed to move the Corvette out of the barn and into the daylight. Meanwhile, another amazing revelation was still to come. On June 7, 2016, one poster came forward with an incredible claim that he had raced against the general back in 1974. Soon, however, the story took a further dramatic turn when some posters suggested that P-Verg sell banners and posters of the vehicle to raise funds to restore it. Moderators were quick to point out that this practices would breach forum rules, and seemingly put off by this interaction, P-Verg posted what looked to be a goodbye message, apparently bringing the saga to an end. That said, other members were swift to protest, and on July 18, 2016, P-Verg returned to reassure people that he simply felt the conversation had reached its conclusion. Thankfully, he continued to post sporadically over the next few months. In fact, on April 23, 2017, he announced that he was hoping to rebuild the General so that he could drive it and then take it on tour to gatherings of enthusiasts. No doubt the fans of Corvette Forum are waiting with bated breath. Please share this video with your friends below.